Hi everyone, the Lone Wolf here. Welcome back for our adventures in Space Engineers. We are going to continue where we left off, and that is with our second experiment in order to go out there and mine for some gold. So this time we're upgrading to a craft. This is a design from my brother, our first TwoTwins. Bare bones, you could say, hauler for going out there a little bit. So back there in this canyon, our rover will still be stuck there. We really can't get it back to the base. But if this one works, then we have our alternative, and we can basically scrap that one and grab all those resources once again. So I'm gonna let my brother do the flying. He has more experience than me with it, and what I'm seeing is a vertical thruster, a large vertical thruster in the middle, then a couple of thrusters to move to all sides, 2 at the back, 2 cargo containers, get 3 landing gears, a cockpit, and then back here I've got my seat. So I'm gonna start by setting myself in the seat, then I'm gonna press V so that I can look at the craft itself. And our target is basically the same thing. While an unknown signal does descend for me, that's fine. Our goal now is to see if we can do this. So my brother's taking off. We are turning, yes, and just slowly. Oh, all right, so far it is working. So you can we do need to go a little bit more to the right.
Yes, but I'm
and
passing
we are
over the rover.
All right, pass over the rover. That's fine too. There it is. So it's still stuck down there in the snow. And this is really the upgrade that we were looking for. So what's it looking like? Our power is draining very quickly though. I thought we'd have more because we have like several days where we just let it grab power from the solar panels. I must say that's really slow at the moment, but we're doing okay.
Yes, so we only have 1 battery, and I did think it would not be enough to really make the ship that you want to fly all the time. So what you really want to do, I think, is have a connector so you can drain power from the base and load your battery a lot faster than just with a solar panel. But well, for a little trip like this, we still have like 8 minutes at this speed,
and so
that's
here
quite
we're mining some other stuff,
minutes.
so that's fine. You can try to land us here.
I'll stop here.
Ooh, now
okay.
Now we are draining quickly though, from what I'm seeing. Or I'm seeing a bar
quickly
on the right, and that's actually the consumption, I think, that we're doing.
Yes, so when I increase thrusts, but it already consumes a lot when it's just hovering. So I think we're
landed.
That should be
I'm gonna get out of here.
Engage.
Man, this works. This is actually perfect. This is why we wanted this craft for, to replace the rover. Just have some basic stuff. And look at, I mean, it took us half an hour or something like that to do a trip down here.
Yeah.
So compared to that, this is worlds apart. And then down here we get our next mine. What were we mining for here? More iron.
Some iron.
Yeah, just
we
so
can
we
always
can
use it, I think.
Lots
and
of metal.
Some ice, that's fine as well. But I think the real challenge will be if it can get a full haul back.
Oh, that's true, because we're gonna add a lot of weight.
Yes, so we're gonna drain the battery a lot faster, that's for sure. So it will be interesting to see. Oh, it's a bit further than I thought.
There it is.
If it will be doable. So let's just dump ice and barely any iron. Oops.
Neither did I. Strange. But alright, we can definitely use the ice for your next project, which is like a larger ship.
Yep.
And we'll need it for fuel, so I'm gonna grab the stuff. And then we can just mine down. I think we'll get more iron out of that.
Chuck all of that in.
Inventory full.
There we go.
I hope that the one
let's hope that we don't get stuck halfway again. So that we have to do manual hauling. We're gonna deposit all of that. First one is full. Second one halfway. No, halfway. I'd say like a fifth or so. Probably maybe 1 or 2 more trips. press crouch. There we go. Grab some more stuff. And I'll actually just do a little bit extra. And I think if we then come back to grab it, we'll have everything. Can I still jump? Yes, I can. There's the hauler.
Under halfway.
Still, if this would work, we really do have a very nice low... can we build all of that
It's low
also?
maintenance and
Yeah.
it's easy.
It's pretty easy. And can we build all of that from the regular?
Yeah, from the basic assembler.
From the
so you
basic
don't
assembler.
even
Alright,
need-
that's actually pretty big, I would say. Let's see if I can pick the rest of this up as well. It's more
You
weight
will
on
need
me.
a bit of cobalt, but for the rest it's just iron, nickel and silicon, which you can even get from rock. But of course if you have the actual ores, it will be a lot more efficient.
Okay, so
But the real test is gonna be now. It's
Yeah.
pretty full.
we're full, and ooh, the battery is only showing like one light. Does that mean that it's like at 25%
Yeah,
charge?
about or
Okay.
less. So it's not gonna be a lot. I'm sure of that.
So let's
can
try
have
to
a
get
quick
back
look.
then. I would say try to go as straight as possible, or do you want to go not too high at first, so that
I'm gonna go as straight as possible. I think
Alright,
that's the
then-
best.
okay.
So engines
Good
on,
luck. Let's go.
Parking off, taking off. Well, it does go up, so that's good.
Yeah, that was
But now I'm pushing forward, and
all
okay,
right.
so the acceleration is starting, but it's a lot slower. I'm gonna go up a bit
Yeah,
more.
and I
as
can
well.
see the consumption is now at like 80%
Yeah,
capacity.
it's yeah. So we
Oh,
have
and now it's
9 minutes.
40, 60. Still, it's yeah. The consumption is obviously a lot more.
Because I think
With the
realistically, if you want to have a ship that you constantly use for mining or even just for transporting, you're going to want to link it to the base to get power this way, because we're gonna use up this battery, this power, with just this trip. I think like halfway.
Okay.
So and then it will need days and days to fully recharge.
It depends on your routines, of course.
Yeah,
But
so let's see, the base is over there. Oh, I'm gonna have to go. And another thing that I just noticed, it's a lot slower to stop as well.
Okay.
A lot more unwieldy. So I'm trying to go to the right
drifts
bit,
a lot
but
more. Yeah.
it
Okay.
drifts an awful lot, in fact.
Um,
Trying to go.
yeah. Try to put it back down
Closer.
at the same spot. So stay to the right, exactly like this. And then we can look to the
Still
left
have
where we
5
can see your
minutes.
next project. That one actually has a name, right? TTS Cargo. It's like 4 times as large as this one. Way more engines. It looks really cool. So that's gonna be next. But if you can land on the grass, I think, then we're fine.
Yeah,
that
I think that would be fine. Can you tell me if I'm on top
a
of
little
the
bit more.
grass?
Bit more. Now you're just on the edge, so yeah, here should be fine. Here we should be able to go down.
Oh,
There we go.
We went down quite quickly,
Yep.
but we're down.
We're connected,
I think, so
3
I've kept the
connections. We
engines.
are good, and oh, we did this really, really well.
Yeah, okay.
Super cool. So,
Yeah, we did it really well, but I checked the stored power, and indeed we used up almost half of the charge we had with just this trip.
and now it's at,
So it does
at how
work.
much percentage-wise you would say for the battery?
Oh, I would say around 15%.
All right. So it all
From
so it
about
uses
25?
7%, something like that. Let's say 10% for a trip of around 6 kilometers.
Yeah. From one battery, something like that.
I would say that that's still pretty reasonable, because if you can manage to get it full, all right, maybe more solar panels or a connector on the base, you still have something that can probably realistically do 5, maybe
yeah.
even 10 trips to something that's not too far away with a full battery. So I think that's actually pretty impressive. It's way better than what I expected. Personally, it went super smoothly. So compare that to the rover.
It's way faster, of
Yeah.
course, and a lot more comfortable.
And is it a
But
lot
indeed,
more
I'm just saying it's
resources?
in terms of not really, a bit more, because certainly the large engine on the bottom requires like 90 motors, I think, so that's quite a bit of an investment. But beyond that, it's not much more expensive than
Well, I have to say, it's very impressive.
than a rover.
It's very impressive, and so you could maybe skip the rover, although the rover, of course, has a much better range and requires a lot less energy, as you said. So maybe you want to keep that as your second one so that you can use your rover for the easy stuff that you can access, which for us here on this planet is nothing, unfortunately. We're surrounded by mountains and canyons. We really can't go anywhere. But after that, you can build this one, let it charge up, and then you've got your flying options for stuff that's in a trickier spot. And this very easily then gets you into this position where you get a lot more resources. All right, that's okay. So we did now what took us half an hour in like 10 minutes. So that's very impressive. And here is your next project. So
Yes.
this is the
so
cargo.
The attempt is to go into space with this thing. I'm stuck.
Okay, you wanna
So
go
what
into space
I
with
have-
this. All right.
I wanna try. So
It does
I've got
have
more
a lot of big
solar
engines.
panels. Yeah. So we have 3 large atmospheric thrusters to go up, and then a few for maneuvering, and then we have 2 big hydrogen thrusters for uplift, as well as 2 small ones, and then 2 small hydrogen engines thrusters. Sorry, also for maneuvering in space.
Okay, and
So it's pretty full of ice. So what I do recommend that we do, because I only have an outside seat for you, is that we both take 2 oxygen bottles from
at
this
least, yeah.
cargo container.
Oxygen. All right, I'll take them.
Yeah, but normally it's pretty full of ice, so it's not like we're gonna mine a lot, but it will test immediately if a fully loaded ship can comfortably go into space. And so
Maybe
I
give a
also
little bit of an
want
explanation on how it works or how it's designed.
Yeah, sure. So I basically started with the 2 hydrogen tanks, which are these big cylinders here on both sides of the ship, connected to some engines. And then I have, 2 batteries down here, but here I have an H2O2 generator connected to the 2 containers. This is also connected to the cockpit. So we can just dump ice in the cockpit, and this H2O2 generator will make fuel for our thrusters. And then I have a second one here, which is connected to another. I have the H2O2 generator here, which is connected to a small hydrogen tank and a hydrogen engine, which makes power. Because to get those 2 batteries up, I think they will be around 30-40% right now. So this engine has been running quite a bit, but you see they're not even half full yet.
Yeah.
But so, I hope it will be enough.
All right.
Do a test.
So
we'll see. So one of the things we could of course do is connect it also to the base to make it to give it a lot more power more quickly. But I do want to try and make a design that is sufficient for itself, so you don't have to
so this one doesn't
do
need to be
connectors
connected.
and be careful.
Yeah, it's just doing its own thing. All right.
So if we
and
have
you'd say
everything,
we're ready.
yeah, we can try it. We have 80% and we have plenty of ice that is still being pumped into the tanks. So I think we should be able to do it.
Okay.
So I just want you to keep in mind, if one of your bottles is full, because your bottles will go empty quicker, you can just go to the H2O2 generator and put it in there, and then it will fill up.
Let's do this, and then it'll fill up as long as there is ice in there.
Yeah, so there's also ice in the cargo, so I will fill it up. And maybe you can take a little bit of ice on your own inventory, just to have it.
Well, I'll just fill
I
it
don't
up
think we'll
with
be
ice.
staying long in space, but just to be sure.
Roger
we
that.
have plenty.
That
Okay,
means
I'm going
that
in.
I have to take a seat. And
Yeah,
then
you have to
I
take
can
a seat.
press V so that we can look on the outside of the ship. Oh man, this already gives me pretty wide view, but that's okay.
Okay. So I will now engage.
And I need to, of course, close
atmospheric
my
thrusters?
helmet. Pressing G, just to be certain. I did that already. And
Okay.
that means that I'm
So-
starting to use up oxygen. All right,
I'm going to unlock, and then I'm just going to go straight up.
let's go. Oh,
So this
that's
is
good
fairly
acceleration though.
smooth,
That's very smooth.
Fairly smooth.
Look
We're
at
going
that.
forward.
Now this puppy can go to a lot of trips, I would say then. If you want to use this as your cargo
Yeah,
hauler,
and
a
we
design
have
like this.
So I'm already happy. We have quite a bit of cargo, and the atmospheric thrusters themselves are doing all the lifting. So the 3 big ones. So that's pretty good. Battery consumption is about 50%, but I think we have plenty.
And we're actually going like 100 meters a second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
man.
that's still very good acceleration.
I'm getting vertigo up here.
Yeah, you're on the outside. I'm in my cabin on the side.
Yeah, and look at
Going straight.
that huge mountain range where we're just down from it to its right, basically. That is not something
Okay.
that we can easily cross. Then what I see, we've got our big lake, and then a little bit
Yeah,
next to that, I'm seeing what looks a little bit more like plains, but you can clearly still see so much undulation that rovers, it's pretty much not good for this planet. And man, this does show, this is the scale of space engineers. So I'm clearly starting to see the whole sphere. We can see the atmosphere on the side now as well. Very cool, man. And it's starting to look very dark up here, despite the fact that the whole planet is illuminated. This is super impressive.
yeah. We've left the actual atmosphere already, and I've switched to the 4 hydrogen thrusters.
Oh
We
yeah,
are
I can see
consuming
that.
quite a lot
Oh,
now.
that is impressive.
But in a little bit, so I've seen it on a video, we should be able to turn off our inertial dampeners. Yeah, we're good, and just space our thrusts a bit just to keep the momentum going.
And save some fuel
So
that way.
This is very good, and save some fuel that way. So we're going down 18 miles per second, 70. So I push it up a bit.
Okay, so the dampeners, they basically automatically counteract the gravity. That's what they do.
Yeah, when you have your dampeners on, it basically just tries to keep you in the same spot,
Yeah.
to stop you completely, in fact. But now we are at 0.35 Gs, so we still have a lot of acceleration even when we don't use our engines.
Oh man, there's the star. Lots of planets, moons, not sure what it is that I'm starting to see around. So we could go to those. And behind us is basically what looks like a moon, but... Alright.
Yeah, I'm still focusing on the flying.
Yeah.
Also
Make sure that you focus on the flying. If I would drop off now, ouch. But that is so cool. Look at this planet though. Super mountainous. We're very lucky to be this close to our lake, I would say as well.
Yeah, if we would have been right in the middle of the mountains, and it would have been a lot more difficult again. Okay, well, we're doing fine on the hydrogen, and the power also consumption is quite okay. Of course, the atmospheric thrusters are off right now.
Yeah, we're way above the atmosphere, so they don't help.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that you said those to 2 different groups then.
Yeah.
So your 1, for instance, is your atmospherics. Your 2 is your, what are they called?
Hydrogen
Hydrogen.
thrusters.
Okay. And then you can just turn them off with a click of the button.
Yeah.
Got
We're
it?
now at 0.18 G, so this is not going to be a problem. We still have 78 hydrogen fuel.
Coming up to our right is what looks like an asteroid.
Okay, so I think I can...
So if you could rotate to the right... Yeah, you can. There we go. Now it's pretty much straightforward. No, a little bit more to the left and then up.
Oh.
That's aligned.
Oh, okay, well...
There we go. And now as you keep going up, it'll come into view for you normally.
Okay. Because I'm just...
You're just piloting and you're viewing straight forward, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so that is really cool as well, playing with two. I can basically, awesome. I can look around completely freely. I don't have to worry about maneuvering the ship or anything like that. And so I can explore what the hell is happening. We get more asteroids, but it doesn't look as good as the one in front of us to our right as well.
Yeah, it's coming into view to me as well. But I think that one is still actually within the gravitational pocket, because we're now at 30,000 meters.
Yeah.
We are at 0.11 Gs, but that means there is still gravity from the planet here, so we still need to go ways up.
You still want to go up more? Okay, that's fine.
I want to try to officially have space. And of course, the good thing then is if we stop then and we have 0 Gs, we're actually in space, then we can just aim for an asteroid, put our dampeners off, and just give ourselves a little boost and go towards it without using, well, much fuel at all.
Okay. And what range should that be normally?
At about 40,000 kilometers or 45, so still 10,000 or so to go. We're at 0.08 Gs.
And we are now, is it like 37? 0.39 km from gold, so
yeah, we're about 37,000 meters high, kilometers high. Okay, we've even gained a bit of H2, so fuel, that's great.
Oh yeah, it's like 40,000 meters, 40 kilometers up. Right, 40,000 kilometers, I think, is 1,000
40,000 meters, 40 kilometers. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we should be getting close if I look at our waypoints down there. And then, we actually have...
We are getting close.
Yeah, oh man, this is so cool. We're drifting away from those asteroids on the upside. So there's stuff in orbit all around us now. Yeah, definitely above us as well.
We're now at 40 kilometers, 0.05 Gs. Oh, we have just hit 0 Gs. So if I now turn on the dampeners, we should completely stop in a while because I don't have much thrusts down. That's fine.
Yeah, that's okay, I think.
So now those two thrusters are indeed firing. We're slowing down.
And we're at...
Good.
I can see now that we're at 0.
Yeah, so if you now go outside, you will just simply float.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna look for...
Oh, there's actually a pretty big asteroid behind us.
Yeah, I think behind us is probably the best because it's also up a little bit. The others could be down a little bit.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we can see turning. You're aiming for it.
Inertial dampeners off, and I give it a bit of a boost. I'm gonna give it more of a boost. So those are only small engines. We're at 22 meters per second. More 30. We'll go to 40.
And any way to know the range of that asteroid?
Not that I'm aware of.
Then honestly,
basically it depends how big it is.
Yeah, I would maybe aim a little bit like to the left or just above it or something like that, just in case of us not.
Yeah, I have aimed it to the left.
Okay. Oh man, so this is really, of course, what Space Engineers is about as well. While my focus, what I've been trying to do is actually get drone stuff working. It's pretty damn complex, but I'm starting to wrap my head around it a little bit. And my first plans were all about like trying to get resource operations going, but everything planet side. But you still need resources from space as well to do certain stuff, so this is important to be able to do this as well.
I think I can also turn the engines off. We're just drifting now.
Look at that. And it is coming into view.
Everything's off. Yeah.
Let's make sure that we don't lose our planet. Nope, it's still below us. Moon to the left.
Yeah, I don't think we're that fast, to be honest.
And then actually it's illuminated. Oh, the star is back there to our right. Got it. So maybe the left side.
To our right, so I could change a bit like this, and then we would get more power. By having the solar panels aligned to the sun. Okay, yeah, that seems to work. Because usage goes down. Okay, I'm going to reignite the engines.
Yeah, because we are definitely approaching this puppy.
I'm going to
So make sure we slow.
enable the dampeners.
Oh yeah, so you can just set your dampeners on to basically try and stop as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna push us a little bit closer still. And I'm also going to turn on for a moment the ore detector, but I'm not sure if it will be useful. I'm not really seeing any ores.
Oh man, we are here.
But okay, let's park it for a moment. I'll shut down the engines. I'll close my own helmet and exit.
I can see you floating,
Yeah.
so I can just press F, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I'm a little bit scared, but here we go. F,
You won't fall. You can't. In fact, you can't move right now. You have to use
the jetpack.
your jetpack
So I have
in
to-
order to move.
Activate that. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll follow you.
And
And
planets down there. That's nice.
we could look around a little bit and see if there's any
Oh,
special
it's at
ores.
200 meters. Yeah. Well, we could have a look here. Indeed, is this having a color?
My brother's going nuts while I'm very carefully.
Well,
This is up. Going about this.
I'm not really.
I'm going to
seeing
mine a little
anything
bit just so that we have some space rock.
space stuff. Okay, so I'm very happy with the
Oh,
result.
and of course I can't
actually.
pick it up because my inventory is still full of ice. But that's fine. I destroyed a bit of the asteroids. And there's the TwoTwins Cargo 1, our ship.
Hole here. Oh, that's cool. There's a big hole here actually. And here is.
And
a
there's
bit
actually
of
an unknown
cobalt.
signal at 4 kilometers. What the hell is that?
No, 44 kilometers, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure why that is being picked up actually.
Okay.
Alright, I got a bit of space cobalt. So inside the asteroid. Well, that's actually pretty cool. You could make a secret base in here.
Ooh.
That's nice.
How do you turn your dampeners off?
You press Z. Oh, it's Z on my.
So let's see. Yeah, because I was using like a lot, I think. So I'm going to now just slowly drift towards. Whoa, a bit too much speed here.
I'm just going to dump all
All
this
right.
in the cargo.
Clammy hands. I'll be honest.
Well, we're in space. Actually, we have 0G, so we have a lot less like risk actually for something really bad to happen. The engine is still chugging along. I'm gonna put my ice in there. It gives us more power. Nice. I'm very, very happy with the result actually.
Oh, this is full.
Okay, I say we explore one more asteroid.
Okay, do you want to
And then
do
we
it
go
with the
down.
ship or
Yeah, with the ship.
with the ship?
of course.
All right, so I'll press F. I'm back on the ship. I already feel a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, you do have that sort of sense of
that
oh
something
dear.
could go wrong at any time, and that you could, I don't know, suffocate, fall, not sure what, but it's a weird feeling to play in this environment. It's very cool, I gotta say.
I'm gonna take the little one in front of us here.
Okay.
Turn off the dampeners. It has a bit of a weird color to me, so I hope we can find something interesting for resources. But we're quite fine still with power. Power could be a bit better, but well, if I leave the engine chugging with ice, that's quite alright. And hydrogen is very good.
Okay. And of course,
82% left.
our landing
So
shouldn't
I think
take
that's
too
of course
much.
because I had two. No, we can
And can the
basically free fall.
hydrogen
along
engines
the way.
work in the atmosphere?
Yeah, so they work everywhere.
All right. So, I mean, even if we have to do some maneuvering down there.
Yes, so that's actually what I was a bit worried about, that I would need both the atmospheric and the hydrogen thrusters to lift the ship with a full load. But that's not the case. The atmospheric thrusters did very well. So I think I can even add another container to it and some extra stuff. There's plenty of lifts to get all of that done.
Yeah, and then we could mine these asteroids if we find interesting ones.
Yep, like platinum or uranium, which will enable us make new stuff. Okay, I'm slowly letting us drift. How are your oxygen levels?
Both bottles are still full, actually.
Oh, well,
So maybe I am
it's not a problem.
using it from the ship somehow?
I don't think with the passenger seat.
My O2 is actually down to 36 for some reason.
Okay.
But I have the two bottles, so I should be fine.
Oh yeah, well it will just fill itself up when that reaches 0.
All right.
Passing a few asteroids. Yeah, I like this. There's something to be said about just aiming the solar panels a bit better. When you're in space, you don't need a constant lift if you need an atmospheric lifter, like the little green one that we used. Well, you need constant power just to stay where you are or just to go somewhere. So your power consumption is very high, but here now maybe I can even accelerate a bit more.
Yep, and so actually solar
That asteroid
panels
seems to be a lot farther and a lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah, and so the solar panels are very efficient up here because none of the things that we do have to constantly fight with gravity. And so a couple of drones, I actually tried to make a drone with a solar panel, but that's never going to stay flying because it always has to use thrust to fight gravity. But up here, you could conceivably design a drone that would just run off a solar panel and have a round or maybe even mine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
You'll be able to do that quite efficiently. Go, still closing in.
And it's not like
But
in
we are
Eve that we can just select it.
No, not at all. We have to be careful. It's quite interesting. We are going 65 meters per second, but it's like you would hardly really notice.
Yeah, you don't get a sense of speed or anything like that. The planets.
All so if you just go full speed and then turn off your dampener, you could crash into something before you know it.
Yeah, that's why I said
make
sure that you align not straight to the asteroid. So that if that happens, we overshoot it a little bit, but that's fine. It is starting to get bigger into view though.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what it's like.
And then we're actually pretty much above our base as well. But also
Okay,
right
that's
above
good.
an asteroid, another one. So we'll have to be a little careful on our descent.
Yeah, that will be fine, I think. It might be the more challenging part. Its textures seem to be changing. I'm going to turn a bit. I'm going to re-engage the engines.
Oh yeah, my O2 just refilled. I'm gonna press I, and that used up 43% of one of my bottles. So time-wise, this is good. We are slowing down.
Yeah, I'm accelerating a bit. We have plenty of hydrogen actually.
You are heading straight for it, so make sure we don't overshoot.
Yeah, and now, yeah, you're right.
Now we should go just under it. Very cool. Yes.
Yeah, it's very cool. I doubted that it would perform this well. I'm quite happy with it.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
definitely
I think
approaching its
we
border.
We're quite close now, I think. So I'm
Yep.
going to do the inertial dampeners and completely stop us, and then close my helmet again. And we can have a quick look at this one. Let's see if we can't find something. Oh. Okay, moving.
Oh, my dampeners are on again. Alright. So let's also try not to look straight at the asteroid so that we don't make any big mistakes.
So far, it's pretty much all rock. Oh, that's cool. If you look towards the sun, towards the right of the sun, there's a green planet.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's pretty cool. It's rock.
Right. Oh, dampeners are on again. Do we have anything down?
Yeah, I fly around with dampeners on right now.
I'm definitely a little bit worried that I use too much fuel that way, but...
Oh, that's quite fine. There's a bit of a crater here. I'm not seeing much in terms of resources, so maybe we have to go higher up still in order to find really valuable rocks. But okay, so far so good.
okay.
I guess we'll try to get back to the base.
All right.
See if that is doable, because it's supposed to be atmospheric. Nature.
Finish this bit.
The dampeners on. That's maybe the best. Okay, I'm already in.
I'm approaching.
Open.
All right, I can see my seats. And press F. Yep, okay. We are ready to go.
All right. I'll aim for our signals. So, of course, I have to put on the engine, turn off the dampeners, and
we are boosting back, and then you're gonna pull up as we reach the atmosphere or something like that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna fall for a bit, and then we're gonna straighten out and just...
Okay. Off we go. Goodbye, asteroids. Too bad there were no valuable resources there.
No, we are back in the G-forces already, so we were very close to the
boundary
border. So I can now turn off the engines, and we will simply fall.
Okay. This also.
So this way we also save a lot.
Yeah. This also made me have one question. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's say that we make a really big ship, right? The one that's even bigger than this, with an interior. Would we also be floating on that interior? Yeah, probably, in space.
Yes, but you can have artificial gravity.
Oh, it exists, alright.
Yeah.
It exists in the game. Okay, that's good to know.
Yes.
And so that's the
Actually, if you look at your
planets.
HUD, normally you to the right of your 10 options, you have A gravity and P gravity.
Yep, okay, I see that.
So you can see that P gravity is now 0.08. That's planet gravity, and A gravity would be artificial gravity.
Okay, I see. Gotcha. Very nice. And so now we're basically falling like a ton of bricks, while in theory the asteroid basically has some momentum in a certain direction. That means that it's still in a stable orbit.
Straightening. Okay.
So now we are...
That's our lake.
Yeah.
That's our lake, I think, and that's the big mountain over there. So we do have to see that we don't...
Oh yeah, if we go right down, we will probably need to go forward a little bit like this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put on the engines and accelerate a bit that way. Try. Okay, so this is like my second or third re-entry, so bear with me. It's quite cool. You can see how our base is constantly in shadow.
Yeah,
well.
Very bad spot for solar power, but we've had pretty good wind power, so I'm not sure how much of that is programmed, but perhaps it does work like a big funnel for the atmosphere there, and that we get a lot of wind where we're at.
Okay, so this is interesting. I do have the distinct impression that we will basically fall short quite a bit. How quickly, but well, I'm going to basically just try to aim towards the lake.
Yeah, I think we can make the lake. So, and then of course we have to use the engines to keep us up and then fly a little bit. That'll be fine. It's probably normal as well, because while we went straight up and then didn't move that much, the planet rotated as well.
Yeah, it does rotate, of course. Yeah.
And if I look at the top at like the top edge of the planet, I get the feeling that it is rotating in our advantage.
Yeah, I think we are passing by this
big ridge. Yeah, that we if we're past that, I think we're okay. And now we are within 20 kilometers, so we should be good.
Yeah, I think at about 15 or so, or 10, I can start also using the other engines, although right now I don't really... I'm doing a bit of forward thrusts to just try and get a bit closer to the base while we're falling.
And then, yeah, it's difficult to say, oh, these are clouds now, and there's the lake exactly. For a moment it looked to me like, oh man, it's a huge lake, but no, it's really within that.
Yeah.
In between those two mountain
15
ridges, one that goes like that, and then this one.
The atmospheric like thrusters. So I am going to do this last bit with all thrusters on, just try and be a bit safer. I think we'll have plenty of power. Okay, it's pretty cool. We're now at 12.
And do we have to be a little bit more to the right, or am I wrong on that?
Well, I think that mountain is over there.
Oh, there's gold. Oh yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, so we're not too far. We're basically headed towards the lake itself.
Yeah, and I actually misread that. So this is that big ridge. Okay, man, that topology does shift very quickly as we are descending within 10 km now.
Okay, I'm going to now try to put on the inertial dampeners at 9 kilometers. Then we'll see if it stops us quickly or not.
Yeah, but there we go. You are turning a little bit to the right because we have to align. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, all right.
Aligning. Now I'm going to
Straighten up.
Straighten the ship.
Oh, we're
So
we're
this
great.
should
If
give it-
this goes straight down, I think
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah, so we could actually lift here
But,
pretty comfortably. So I'm gonna disable the dampeners again. So
So that we
if I'm
fall
straight
down.
like this, yeah, I will have plenty of lifts at about, I don't know, 4,000 meters. I'll enable the engines.
Yeah, and maybe turn to the right a
put
little
on
bit
the
more.
inertial dampeners.
I think, yeah, we're definitely to the left of the base though. At the moment, I think. If I look straight down, then you need
Yeah,
to move.
okay, but give me a moment
Yeah.
just to try and time the engines and everything. So
We are
at 4.
misaligned though, Captain.
Okay, but that's okay.
It's
we have
fine.
plenty to fly. Okay, I see the base, so I'm gonna just go straight towards it now.
Yeah,
Using with the inertial dampeners and just using all engines. So we'll use both power and hydrogen, but that's quite alright.
yeah, and now, oh man, the viewpoint is back. Here, I feel like we're out of space. We're back. You get a normal horizon that you expect. This is really cool, man. This is awesome.
Is nice.
Amazing ship that you have made. Of course, I think
Oh,
there's also like
just have a
pirate
phone
factions and things like that.
Yeah. Damn, I have
Except
a
I
phone
don't
call.
recognize. I think you're going too far. So if you
Yeah,
can
but-
try to
No,
stop.
it's fine.
Oh no.
We can do it.
Yeah, that's a silicon waypoint though. But there's
It's
the
down.
base.
It's down here now.
Yeah. Oh man, perfect. Perfect. So now straight down and we should get there.
I'm gonna disable 500 meters. Enable.
What? Okay.
Now I can't really see the base because I'm not sure
no,
what
not here. I think
exactly is happening.
just try and get it maybe a little bit closer to the ground so that we get our bearings a little
Yeah.
bit better. Because here I don't really see it. I do see a silicon
like
waypoint.
this.
Now we're heading. Yeah, I think that's
Okay, it's down
silicon
here.
4.
Yeah.
So that's not our base. So
No, it's straight down.
oh no, there it is. Yep, it is our base.
Nope. Okay.
So I must have put down a wrong
Wow.
waypoint or something like that. Now it's visible down, and then you're pulling back.
Why? I'm going backwards. Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, I did the wrong button. I was actually going backwards rather than down. My bad. Okay, so a bit forward. Now
And
we
here
stop
it is,
slowly.
our basic
The
base.
base.
And we are back home in the shade of that huge mountain ridge. Man, this does open up and gives
A
a
lot of
lot more
possibilities,
knowledge
yeah.
of the planet we're on. More to the right. More. I'll say stop. More to the right. More.
Oh yeah, that's right. my
Yeah,
cockpit.
a little bit more. I think you can land now. And here we
And we're
are.
locked.
Cut down
1,
engines.
2 off.
Engines off, parking on. I'm out of the seat. We are back on board.
On the base.
This was
Yes.
cool, man. This ship is great. Absolutely
Yeah, it
amazing.
works.
Very nice. All right, guys.
Yeah.
I hope that you enjoyed this trip. So these have been built by my brother. Very impressive. And yeah, we'll keep playing because we're definitely having fun with Space Engineer so far. That's it for this one. Thank you
Yes.
very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.